All right, we are back live. I'm going to change my mics out right quick. Test. All right, we're back live for part 3. How to change my mic out. We're good to go. Welcome, everybody. Let me reset my chat over here, too. Been a frustrating night, honestly, with the feeds. Just really weird the way things have happened. So, really going to have to let everybody get on now. There's Craig. Also was trying to fix my leg. I got a bad right knee. It's not my knee, it's like my muscle to the right of it. And that's my problem. All right. First thing we have is the English Congregation Giselle. This is $19.99. DJ copy on the sticker on the front. Just a regular stock label. Robert Warner's in on Hypnosis for $5. Robert has this for $5. Also, we have Dr. England Dan and John Ford Coley. Dr. Heckle and Mr. Jive, $9.99. And we have Dave Edmonds is $19.99. And yes, we was right in the middle of showing this crate, buy it now best offer, and also I promised I would sell Paul Brothers a Fleetwood Mac box set for next week. So I'm going to lay this in there and say tag this next week. Actually, I'm going to lay it over here so it's in my field of vision. And we're going to sell that to Paul Brothers next week. I'll tag it first thing on Monday, Paul, during the sale. That way it goes on a new cycle. All right, we have Emerson, Lake and Palmer Works. This is $19.99. Emerson, Lake and Palmer Works, $19.99. What course do I play? Golf. I hadn't golfed in a year. I wish I could. I don't have time. I watch golf. I watch the Masters about every shot, especially Sunday, but I don't golf anymore, unfortunately. Yes, Tormato, but that's why my knees are destroyed. I have very bad knees because I golfed in high school and I golfed all through college, and my legs are destroyed. The Hollies, he ain't heavy, he's my brother. $19.99. Some people have back and problems for golfing. Mine were knee problems from torquing and just the weight. So just really putting way too much torque on probably my right knee. You know how you rotate your right leg when you turn? Oh man. So bam, I can feel it. It feels like something's always about to tear, but it never does. That's how, so I don't have any pain. It's just like, it feels like something could happen at any time. It's very weird. But man, it makes a lot of wicked noises, popping and creaking. You should hear me walking upstairs. It sounds like an old squeaky door. And it's like, I should not sound like that at probably 29. The Verve Sessions, Billie Holiday, $29.99. Scott Joachimsthaler on the Hollies, that's sold. So Hypnosis is a Hypnosis. Robert has this at $5. The Blue Jays is a final call for $5. Lover's Island, we're about to make those a buy. We're about to make that a buy now. I think Williams also bid $5 on that, but Robert had bid first. Jethro Tull Passion Play. We're also in the middle of a buy now best offer bin. And with everything we've had tonight, I don't know how many more records we're going to show. I'm going to try to keep showing records, but unfortunately, we've had some major problems tonight, so it's going to be a task to get everybody back on for part 2. I think the hardcores will show up, though. Y'all usually do. Lou Graham, Ready or Not. Lou Graham is $19.99, so he passes. So that's sold to Robert for $5, and that means the Blue Jays is a buy it now if anybody wants it for $5. And that's Lover's Island, okay? Next thing is Fiddlehead. Death is Nothing to Us. Fiddlehead sealed, $24.99. And when facing the things we turn away from, Luke Hemming, and that is sealed for $19.99. Lou Graham, So to Oh So Adventure, thank you. And this is Moto Psycho, Ancient Astronauts. Motor Psycho is $24.99. Sturgill Simpson, Metamodern Sounds. Those are sealed for just $19.99. And Steve Earle and the Dukes, $44.99. Yeah, I think people were iffy about Roy, but by the time the tournament was over, I think everybody in the world now is a Roy McIlroy fan. I always have been. I mean, he's, what, 5 years older than me, so it's just like amazing to see what he's doing. It's like, wow. All right. Sunday. Paul's supposed to be a Sunday show. I got to talk to him. I don't know if he has stuff planned for Easter. We usually don't do anything on Easter, but I know I'm not going to be here. I'm going up to my mom's to eat, and I won't be doing anything here Sunday. But knee, I do have a knee problem. When I first started golfing, I probably weighed 350 pounds, and I think all that weight on my knee weighing so much, it just completely destroyed like cartilage. And so now it's just like I'm paying the consequences. The Watt 4, here's our next single. The Watt 4 is a $5 start. And 1978 tonight. 1978. Those are $5 starts and $5 starts. Yeah, Easter Sunday. I'm going to go to my mom's and eat a bunch of food and take a nap. Cactus and Rose, Gary Stewart. Cactus and Rose, Gary Stewart, that is $14.99. We also have Motor Psycho, The All Is One. Motor Psycho is a 2020 prog album, $29.99. This is a buy it now best offer bin, Nantucket. Nantucket 5 is $14.99. Nantucket 5 in shrink, $14.99. William has the 1978 for $5. So does Craig. And the only Japanese pressings I hadn't put up tonight are the following, or is the following. This is ABBA. This is Voulez, a Japanese pressing for a $25 start. ABBA, a $25 start. It has an original inner sleeve. It has an insert. It has a cover and obi. $25 start. ABBA, Voulez. And then we've already sold the Hollies. The Yes Tormato, Edwin, was $19.99. Yes Tormato, $19.99. So Pro Therapy is essentially a good restore cartilage for my knee. PRP therapy. PRP therapy. I'll look into that. PRP therapy. The Watt 4 also has a bid with William for $5, and Craig has this for $6. And ABBA's a Japanese press, a $25 start. Yeah, I've went through a wide variety of weights in my life. I think it's like I've been up to like 350, down to like 220, to like constantly like at 250. I think right now I weigh like 305. So it's like a wide variety. Plus I've golfed at all different weights, and it's I think it's took a toll on my knees. Ed and Riviera on Yes for $15. And the prog album, that was Motor Psycho. Motor Psycho, The All Is One, $29.99 on Motor Psycho. We have Elvis Costello Trust for $19.99. Everything in this crate is buy it now best offer. ABBA does have a bid for $25 with Paul Brothers. The 1978, William, let me know if you want to bid again. Craig does have that for $6. Lloyd Cole and the Commotions, Mainstream. That's in shrink and hype. $39.99. Lloyd Cole and the Commotions, $39.99. And the Fix, Phantoms. The Fix is $24.99. Yeah, at one point I lost 120 pounds, pretty much my sophomore year in college. So my freshman, sophomore year, I lost 120 pounds in college. And then walking around at the Masters this year, I've really realized, that's why since I've come back, I said I can't eat sugar this week, because I've realized, okay, I need to probably drop about another 60 pounds again. I can do it quick. Man, I can I can lose 50, 60 pounds, boom. But also, if I wanted to weigh 400 pounds, give me about a month or two, oh man, I can gain weight extremely fast. The best of Kingsman, it's amazing. I would be great for acting if I needed to take off or put on weight. No problem with me. The best of Kingsman, $17.99 with Louie. Let's just have some writing on the front. $17.99. So William's out. So this is sold to Craig for $6 to 1978. Thank you. That's sold to you. And William, I'm going to go ahead and sell you the What For $5. And then ABBA is a final call for $25. And then John Dodd on Motorcycle. Now, I think there's a couple Motorcycles in here, though. What was this one here? This was Luke Hemming. And then this was Motorcycle Ancient Astronauts. So that one's $24.99. And then this one here, we have marked $29.99, which is called the All Is One. And then also, I got to make sure that, who asked about those? Chris Riddlings doesn't want them. And then David V wants the Kingsman. That's so to David V. Also, we have Save the Last Dance for Me, Benny King. Gold stamp promo, $17.99. Gold stamp promo, Benny King, Save the Last Dance for Me. And Michael Murphy, River of Time. Gold stamp promo, $14.99. Original sleeve, $14.99. Willie Nelson, this is what he won't see as often because it's on the Realistic label. Once More with Feeling, $19.99. And Chris Riddling did want Motorcycle for $22. Okay, so John, we was waiting on him. He did come up, and he said that is the one he wants. Now, this one's still available for $24.99 if anybody's interested in that one. There's another England Dan. I think we had one of those at the beginning of the crate. We did. I got two of them now, $9.99 each, and Rick Waitman is $19.99. Paul Brothers, you get ABBA for $25. I take bone marrow, cartilage. Yeah, that sounds like something I need. Sounds like I need something injected in my knees. Paul Brothers, you get ABBA for $25. It's wicked to walk upstairs. It doesn't hurt. There's no pain. It just sounds horrendous. If it's quiet and people's hearing me walk upstairs, they're like, dude, what is wrong with your knees? Sounds like an old squeaky door. Next auction is going up right now for a $5 start. Johnny Otis, Telephone Baby and Ma, He's Making Eyes at Me. And then here's Phil Flowers, Chapel on the Hill, and Put the Pot on Mary. $5 start. This is a buy it now best offer bin. Richard Thompson, Across a Crowded Room, $14.99. Peter and Gordon, Woman. Peter and Gordon is $9.99. Capitol Stereo Press, $9.99. We have Steve Loyne, The Doctor, and There's No Place Like Mars. This is $9.99. Otis has a bid for $5. This is a super deluxe box set of Mona Bone Jacone, $59.99. 4 CD, Blu-ray, 12-inch EP, and the LP with a 100-page hardback book. That's $59.99. Those originally retailed for like $179 or $189. They're on sale with my distributor, so they're on sale for you. The Mighty Clouds of Joy, Kickin'. That's a 1975 pressing, sealed for $19.99. Also, the Sammy Hall Singers. That's a 1970 U.S. gospel album, sealed for $9.99. Hey Jude, Jimmy Caravan, a 69 U.S. sealed. That's $19.99. And we have Kent Carter, Bovis Cathedral. Interesting. 1975 U.S. in shrink wrap. $39.99 on that. And Richard and Linda Thompson, Pour Down Like Silver. That is sealed for $19.99. Here's some new sealed records that are buy it now best offer. Philadelphia, Mississippi by G Love. That is sealed for $19.99. These are best offer records. Charlie Bliss, Guppy. That is sealed for $19.99. And Young Gravy. And this is called Gasanova. And Young Gravy is sealed on aqua vinyl for $24.99. William, you get this one for $5 and that one for $5. Boy, Teresa must have went to bed. Maybe I should stop selling records. Everybody's like, no, put them up. Teresa's asleep. Hurry. Sell them all. Teresa's went to bed. Here's our next one. Uh-oh, it feels warped. I'm getting a warp pile over here. Probably not for tonight because I want to finish this box because there may be more. Wait till you're in your 40s. Yeah. I can start feeling that now. I think I'm 10 years... I feel like I'm 10 years older than I really am. Mentally and physically. I feel like I'm 40 instead of 30. We have Rockin' 8 Balls. Rockin' 8 Balls is a $5 start. And we have J60, welcome to the Beat Club. J60, welcome to the Beat Club. $5 start on that. I think this one's warped. I'll put it over here at the warp pile. We'll bundle them together tomorrow like we did the other night. Yeah. It's warped very bad. Okay. Where did we get to? The Black Keys Dropout Boogie. The Black Keys is sealed on white vinyl for $19.99. The gospel record was the Sammy Hall Singers. Sealed for $9.99. Turned on to Christ. Gazpacho TikTok. Whoop. Gazpacho is unopened, $24.99. And Ann Peebles Greatest Hits. Sealed for $19.99. Richard Thompson details. Sealed $19.99. Pour Down Like Silver. That's the name of the album. 180 gram. Black vinyl, new and sealed, $19.99. Leslie first on the Black Keys. Adam was second, throwing an offer out there, but Leslie was first. We have the Teskey Brothers with Orchestra Victoria live at Hammer Hall, the Teskey Brothers, sealed for $24.99. I have two of those. Regina does want the Sammy Hall Singers. Rod Bryan's offered $15 for Ann Peebles. You got it. That's so to Rod Bryan. And then we have Black Star Riders, Wrong Side of Paradise. That is sealed for $19.99, Black Star Riders. And Vintage Trouble, Hymnal. Vintage Trouble is sealed for $14.99. I have a few of those. Steep Canyon Rangers, Morning Shift on orange vinyl, $24.99. Nerd, this is sealed for $19.99. We have a couple of those. Youngblood, live in Atlanta. That is sealed for $19.99. And we have In Darkness. That's also sealed for $19.99. All right, these are buy it nows for $5 and $5. Welcome to Beat Club and the Rockin' 8 Balls. And the Blue Jays is still over there as well. Both Richard Thompsons for $30. There's one. And let me find that other one for you. This one here, these are both sold to Adam Bernardi. Let's just put those in for both for $30. However we want to arrange that. Thank you, Adam Bernardi. Interesting crate there. I feel like the back hadn't been shown a second time, but I feel like the front stuff has. But if you want to make an offer, I'm just going to read the titles one more time. If that's for the Black Keys, it's already sold. And when's the next poster and memorabilia sale? To be determined. I really can't tell you, but also we're kind of in a period where I have hundreds and thousands of items, books, posters. I mean, y'all know what we have here. We just don't have it ready. Trying to sell as much vinyl as we can every night. We kind of run out of time. I know y'all would stay up late, but still, it's just tough to do right now. Plus CDs and everything else. I'm trying to be on here 8 hours every night, and I really run out of time. So for me to do posters and stuff, we're going to have to take it to a different level, or do it once a week on Sundays. You know, right now we're doing like coins, records, comics, coins, records, comics, coins. Every once in a while, I may have to do Paul do records, and me do coins, and then maybe like posters and miscellaneous. It's going to be tough. So much stuff to get slipped in. BSR to Mike for $15. Black Star Riders, Mike, I will say that for $15. Anybody else want one for $15? And here's what's left. First thing we have is the English Congregation, Dave Edmonds, Emerson, Lake and Palmer, Billie Holiday, Jethro Tull, Fiddlehead, Luke Hemming, Sturgill Simpson, Steve Earle, Gary Stewart, Costello, Nantucket, Lloyd Cole, The Fix, Benny King, Willie Nelson, Michael Martin Murphy, Motorcycle, England Dan, Rick Wakeman, Peter and Gordon, Steve Loin, the Mighty Clouds of Joy Kicking, Kent Carter, Jimmy Caravan, G Love, Charlie Bliss, Young Gravy, Gaspacho, Teskey Brothers, Black Star, Vintage Trouble, Steep Canyon, Nerd, Young Blood, and In Darkness. Sturgill is sealed at $19.99. Sealed for $19.99. A half off vintage bin, we can do that. Let me go find one. Half off vintage bin. Corey, $19.99 on that. Let me put these. I'm going to take these up front. These are going to go out in the store. Let's put up some new 45s too. And this is sold to Corey for $16. And then what was the Willie? That was a interesting record. It's a promotion, not really a promo. It sort of is a promo, but it's from Realistic Record or Realistic Radios. These were sold exclusively at Radio Shack. So Radio Shack and Realistic, they cut deals with people, and they sold records exclusively at Radio Shack. So that's why it says special products. And this was sold only at Radio Shack. Willie Nelson, $19.99. Patty, we've already sold one Black Star Rider. I'll sell you the other for $15. And then multi-streaming. Yeah, we got to do that. We still hadn't really figured it out. You know, for us to have multiple streams, we got to make sure if we're paying somebody to do it, it makes, you know, financial sense. So that's why Brian's trying to build a comic audience. Paul's trying to build a Sunday audience. Of course, I know y'all show up for records, but like everything else, like if we're going to do a show for it and I'm paying somebody like literally it's their career and I'm paying them a salary, we got to make sure we're selling stuff like we do records. Otherwise, financially, sometimes it just don't make sense. You know, to hire somebody, convince them to come here. It's their life and work here. You know, you got to pay them well, and then we've got to make sure we're doing enough where it makes financial sense. So it's a tough thing. We're trying to get that built up. It takes a long time. I mean, it's took me 5 years. It's took me 5 years to get all of y'all here every night. 5 years to get this audience where I know y'all are going to be here regardless. Like, y'all are here. Y'all are always here. And to do that for anything else, posters, toys, comics, it's going to take a lot of money in advertising, thousands of dollars in advertising, maybe tens of thousands. And then it's going to take just time to build up reputation and everything else. So we're working on it, though. It's a long way to the top if you want to rock and roll, or if you want to sell comics or toys or posters. But I'm always looking for somebody, especially to help me out with eBay and our website. I don't really sell on eBay, but we just got stuff we need to put on there and stuff I need to list on a website, like autographs and posters that don't sell. All right, we're going to go through a half-off crate. I probably shouldn't be going through it because this would be one that I would typically save for any other night when there's a lot more people watching. But hopefully y'all cleaned it out. If not, I'll probably mix it in and go through it again tomorrow. Mix it in with some others. But let's do some half-off vintage. We're about to fill up a 5th crate. I need to try to fill up one more full crate before the end of the night. That would help me be about where I need to be. And, of course, we're going to continue showing some records. But, yeah, I need somebody to come in and help me out. But most people want to do it like part-time, or they don't want to leave their other job. And it is kind of a, I mean, it's a guarantee that I'll hire you, but sometimes it's not a guarantee it'll work out. So it's kind of, you got to really come in, and the person I need somebody to list on the website, they're going to have to really come in and, get after it. It's like, well, you can do this. It's going to be a great job, but You're going to have to, like, show me that you are like me. You'll come in at any given time and sell. We have the 440s. Let It Die power play. The 440s. This is going to go up for a $5 start. $5 start on that. We have House of Small, Walter Gull's Lavender Brigade. That's a $5 start. Yeah, actually, we have filled up 5 crates, and hopefully we can do our 6th. So here we go. 45 auctions while we do half off vintage. If we can sell almost all these and maybe one more discount bin, it'll be an excellent night for what's happened. Wow, first in the half off bin, Marillion. VG Plus, $13.50. Marillion, VG Plus, $13.50. James Brown, wow, half off James Brown. VG Condition, $12.50. Bread, half off Bread, wow. Guitar Man, VG Plus, $5. Bread. And plus, I'll go through tonight's new releases. We had 4 crates of new vinyl. There's a crate and a half left. So if you've missed tonight's new vinyl, I'll do it actually right after this bin. Next is Black Oak, Arkansas, half off. VG Plus, $7.50. We have Roger Glover, Elements, VG Plus, $9. Half off means half off, no more, no less. James Brown, So DePaul Brothers. That's So DePaul Brothers. Next is Wings, Paul McCartney. Wings at the Speed of Sound. VG Plus, $9, original inner sleeve. Silly Love Songs, Let 'Em In. VG Plus, $9. Roger Glover was half off. George Thorogood's half off. EX Edition, $9. Uriah Heep Live. EX, that is now $14. Neil Rigler, second on James Brown. House of Smalls at $6. The 440s only has 1 bid for $5 with William Dragovich. However, this has several bids over here, and I think we're tied at 6. Next is Charlie Daniels, Knight Rider, VG Plus, $9. Greg Beddinger, he requested the half-off bin, and now he's buying Wings. Let 'Em In. Such a good song. I love that. And then Phantom Canuck on Elephants. Or, excuse me, Elements, not Elephants. Elements. That's so to Phantom Canuck. And then we have George Thorogood, So DePaul Brothers. Todd Saw, you were second on George Thorogood. How about Proud Mary by Solomon Burke? Cool record. VG, $8.50. Todd, you do get Charlie Daniels, though. That's so do you. And The Babies, Head First. VG Plus, $14.99 for The Babies, Head First. Excuse me, that's $14.99, so yeah, $7.50. And The Who is VG Plus, $9. The 440s is sold to William Drugovich for $5. This is sold to William Drugovich for $5. And let's get it back in its sleeve here. Please go back in your sleeve. Just tap it in. Just tap it in. There we go. That's sold to William Drugovich. And then House of Small. Small out, small out. Craig, that's yours for $6. Next is SB, Solomon Burke. That is sold to Corey Gaston. Now my crate's full. Let me swap out crates so we can bring probably the last crate I plan on filling up tonight. Who knows, though? This crate's doing really well. I might do another half-off vintage after this. That way we can fill up 2 more crates. That's what I would like to do. That's what I would like to do. So let me bring another green crate over here. I've been using green and black crates tonight. Last night it was red and black. By the way, I just ordered a new pallet of crates, $2,000 worth after shipping. So that wasn't fun, but we need them. Back to the half off. Jethro Tull, Stand Up. EX, now just $16.50 with the pop-up cover. Awesome. Next. You can go 7 more hours. That's true, I can. As long as my appetite stays restrained and my knee doesn't give any more sharp pains. VG Plus, $9. Like I said, never does have any pain unless I like twist it the wrong way. Then I'm like, ow. Of course, I don't think it's supposed to be being twisted anyway. All right, here we go. Let's put up a couple more singles right quick. Stick with me. Stick with me here. First thing we have is Glenn Honeycutt, Rock All Night. That's $5. And we have what? Puddle, Toll Puddle Martyrs, $5 start. I don't know if that made sense. If you need to see them again, just let me know. We have Rick Castle on Jethro Tull, sold. Thomas Clark on Elvis Costello, sold. Adam Bernardi second on Jethro Tull. Of course, this is a half-off bin. No more, no less. Thunderclap Newman, Hollywood Dream, VG condition, $6.50. Thunderclap Newman. We have Traffic, When the Eagle Flies, EX condition, $9. It is a gatefold cover, nice at EX, $9. Glen Honeycutt's at $5. Puddle, TOL-PUDDLE, Martyrs. Next is The Babies, EX, $6.50. The Babies on the Edge. Arthur Conley, Soul Directions, EX edition. This is Arthur Conley, EX edition, $14. Adam Bernardi on Traffic. Should be great deals in here. This would have been a crate I would have went through tomorrow, buy it now, best offer when the show started. And we would have sold probably most of everything out of here for a lot more than the half-off price. So if you're watching late with me at midnight, it's officially a new day in Tennessee. It's now Thursday. We're going to do these half off for those 107 faithful people that have come back for part 2. Percy Sledge, Warm and Tender Soul, VG $10. You come back during part 3 at 1 a.m. Eastern Time. I'm probably going to do some crazy stuff for you. Adam got Traffic. Melissa Bailey first on The Babies. Melissa Bailey got Babies. MT Matt second on Traffic. Puddle 8. Greg Beddinger third on Traffic. Puddle 7. Leslie second on Babies. Puddle's at 10. Next is Green River CCR VG Plus, $12.50. Good morning, Leslie Holt. It's a new day in Tennessee. She's right down the road. Greatest Hits, Country Joe and the Fish, VG Plus, $6.50. We got a lot of people from Murfreesboro watching. There's a lot of people that watch from Murfreesboro. I say right down the road, but it's kind of right down the road. Blood Rock Passage, VG Plus, $7.50. I know Paul's there too. We got a lot of Murfreesboro people tuned in. Gentle Giant, VG $5. David V is getting the CCR. Some people's right down the road. Some people's like across the country and over in different parts of the world. 9 Below Zero, VG $5. Paul Brothers on Percy Sledge. That is sold. Puddles at $12, and the Temptations is EX $9. Glen Honeycutt just got that one bid, and that is sold to Robert Warner for $5. Let me grab another one. Murfreesboro, Tennessee is the geographic center of Tennessee. The geographic center. There's actually literally a statue you can go and see. It's like an obelisk. It's like this is the center of Tennessee. Northwest, east, and south. Here is Just Head, Nervous Eaters. Nervous Eaters is going to go up for a $5 start. Sugarloaf, Jerry Corbetta, Don't Call Us, We'll Call You. VG condition, $5. ZZ Top in the half-off bin. What in the world? That is now $16.50. That's half off of $32.99. Nervous Eaters is at $5. Puddles at $14. Also, we have Rich Mountain Tower. That's a white label promo in quad. VG Plus, $7.50. So many great deals in the half-off bin right now, including Prefab Spout, 2 wheels good. That's an 80s indie group. Prefab was an 80s indie group. That is VG Plus EX. That's now $10. Chris X on ZZ Top. Paul Brothers second. Nervous Eaters 555 and 5. And Craig is out on Puddle. Jim B has Puddle for $14. That's a final call to Jim B. The Earl Scruggs Review. EX $6.50. The Hollies Greatest Hits. VG $6.50. I just found out Jim B. I was looking at their cheat sheet back there for all the YouTube handles, and I found out like 5 people's real names. I never had seen them before. I had never seen some of these names before. Some of y'all that have handles. And I see why some people abbreviate their names or use handles, because I would never be able to spit some of that stuff out. We have Soul of a Convict, Porter Wagner. But in 10 seconds, I'm going to reveal Jim B's real identity. I'm joking. Porter Wagner, VG, $5. I'm going to spoil it all for him right here. I'm going to reveal everything. We have the Art Ensemble of Chicago live at Mandel Hall. Original 76 US, $17.50. You know what happened one time? I had a guy who was on Facebook, And he told us, he said, hey, I'm going to go to YouTube. He says, because I am, I just don't want people seeing my business anymore on Facebook. He's like, so I'm going to go set up a YouTube account. I'm going to let you know my handle. And I was like, I'm perfectly okay with that. Okay. The first night he started using that handle, I accidentally said his real name. I was like, sold to so-and-so. And he was like, you've got to be kidding me. And he stopped buying from me. I messed it up. He wanted to go incognito. And the first night, like his third purchase, I accidentally said his real name. I was like, oh man. So I try not to look at y'all's real names, the people that want to stay incognito, because if I know your real name, I'll accidentally say it. I think at this point, Paul doesn't care, but I hardly ever say Aries EMS. So sorry, Paul. But if you do want to go incognito, you can change it and I'll start going incognito for you. I think some people don't care. They just keep their handles. But some people have told me, don't say my name. I don't want people to know who I am. I'm like, that's okay. We can keep everything private. But I messed up that first night. He's like, you got to be kidding me, dude. So I messed up. Winton Marcellus. This is $10. Gold stamp promo. Winton Marcellus. Black codes from the other ground. $10 on Winton Marcellus. And Buddy Miles. We've got to live together. Buddy Miles is $10. And we have No Redding band. This is Clonkatili Cowboys. No Redding is an original 75 sealed. $12.50. Let's go back to the top. And Puddle was at 14 with Jim B. And Craig went out. Nervous Eaters was 55566. Leslie got ES. Did I pull that, Leslie? Leslie got ES. I don't know if I pulled that yet. I didn't. Leslie got Earl Scruggs. Nervous is at 7. Nervous is at 7. David V. got the Hollies. And then Nervous out. Derek Clark said 9 Below Zero is an awesome blues rock band from the UK for people who love Jay Giles. And then ZZ Top's already sold. Nervous 9, Nervous 8, Nervous 10, Nervous 11. David Hoy on AEOC. Art Ensemble of Chicago sold to David for $17.50. Winton Marcellus is sold to Leslie Holt. And we have Puddle is sold to Jim B. And Jim B, this is sold to you for $14. Also, Jim B wanted to see the vinyl on Nervous Eaters. Nervous Eaters is on Penny Man label, green label, nice, beautiful Nervous Eaters, just had. Slash and, well, I almost said Cher. Bono. We know his name in The Edge. U2. I don't know Slash's name. I couldn't tell you. I honestly don't. 9 Below. Let's go back to that. That was that recommendation from, it's called Don't Point Your Finger. It's only $5. It is VG condition, though. See these scuffs? Does have some Sal Hudson. I never heard that in my life. Wow, I didn't know that. Yep. I never did. Yeah, no, I've never knew that. Sal Hudson. Wow. That's great trivia there. That's something you would need like at a trivia night at a restaurant. What is Slash's real name? And then everybody look at me, Chad, surely you know this. You own a record store. And I'd be like, Sal Hudson? Next is Gene Summers, School of Rock and Roll. Gene Summers is $5. Nervous Eaters is a final call. Rick Castle has it for $11. Jim B, it goes back to you. Next is Art Ensemble of Chicago Full Force. An original 1980 U.S. pressing. Art Ensemble of Chicago is $10. Nervous Eaters is now at $12. The Promise of a Future, Hugh Muscella, $10. Promise of a Future, Hugh Muscella, $10. Meatloaf. Oh, man, I'd have to see multiple choice. I could get it for multiple choice, but I can't. I couldn't right now. Meatloaf. No, I don't know it. Benjamin Booker. Benjamin Booker is a 2015 U.S. $10 on that. And Between Nothingness and Eternity, Mahavishnu Orchestra. EX Edition, $9. EX Edition, $9. Nervous Eaters, 12. Nervous Eaters, 15. Gene Sermons is at 5. And we have Joni Mitchell, Court and Spark. VG Condition, $5. Help me. I Think I'm Falling in Love Again. Such an incredible album. $5 on that. Ken Foster on the Other Art Ensemble of Chicago. Thank you, Ken. That's OD for $10. In case you're joining us, we're going through a half-off bin. No more, no less. First come, first serve. Next is Big Walter Horton with Carrie Bell, an early U.S. reissue, VG Plus, $9. Leslie Holt on Vish, Mahavishnu Orchestra. That is sold to Leslie. And we have Bo Diddley, Muddy Waters, Coco Taylor, and T-Bo Walker. EX for $11.50. Nervous Eaters is sold to Rick Castle for $15. Gene Summers is sold for $5 to Robert Warner. And we have High and Low with Lightning Slim, a U.S. reissue. EX edition, $9. And then Greg Beddinger on Help Me. I Think I'm Falling in Love Too Fast. That takes my brain into like a happy place listening to that. The Thunderclap Newman is right here. It's called Hollywood Dream. Of course, they're known for their hit song, There's Something in the Air. It's not on this album. You may know that song. Tom Petty also covered it. That's that band. Call Out the Instigator. There's Something in the Air. That's Thunderclap Newman. That's a different album. VG 650. Time for 2 more New Orleans singles. The next 2 New Orleans singles are going up right now. All right. First thing we have is the Screaming PJs. The PJs. I guess that's PJs. The Screaming PJs. Freak Show. The 5 F-Ups teamed together with the sole purpose of taking the 60s punk music they love to extreme sonic dimension. Sounds interesting. And we have Rock the Bop with Mickey Lee Lane. Shaggy Dog, The Zoo 95, Rock the Bop, and Tutti Frutti. $5 start. And the songs on Pretty Things. Is that in here? The Pretty Things? No Pretty Things in here. Lonnie Liston Smith and the Cosmic Echoes, Renaissance, VG Plus $12.50. Finishing up this bin, Art Ensemble of Chicago. There's another one. Whoa, big discount on that one. Holy moly, now it's just $42.50. I should have proofed this crate. $42.50 off, now $42.50. Another Art Ensemble of Chicago. Montera, Bobby Hutcherson. Whoa, what in the world? I am shooting myself in the foot. I might as well be dropping concrete blocks on my foot. Holy moly, now $60 off. Oh my gosh, what am I doing? Oliver Nelson, VG Plus $12.50. And we have the Yellow Jackets, EX $5. Goodness gracious. I'd been better off right then taking a sledgehammer, hand it to Seth, and say, strike my kneecaps. David Hoy got AOC. That is sold to David Hoy. That's sold to him. The high bid on Rock is $5, and the Screaming PJs has a bid for $5 as well. Nobody on Bobby Hutcherson. That's a major discount. You better grab it before I change my mind. And then we have Chris X on the Bo Diddley, Muddy Waters record. That's sold to him. Ken Foster says he'll take the Oliver Nelson. That's sold to him. The no bid pile, just a few. Beach Boys, Spirit of America, $35. Japanese. Donovan 70s, $35. Bo Diddley, $25. And then Odgkin's Nut Gone Flake, a 77 U.S. reissue, VG Plus 20. Bo Diddley's a 1988 U.S. reissue, nice EX Plus. And then These 45s, instead of 5, 5, and 5, I'll do them all three for 15. First person to comment 15 or a bundle. The Blue Jays, J60, and the Rockin' 8 Balls, 15 for those. Wait a minute. 5, 5, and 5 is 15. I meant 9. $9. They were already 5. $9. Okay, and then David Hoy does take the great discounts on those. David, you just saved like what? $100 off sticker price? That was insane. Nice pickups, though. Going to a good Jazz home with David Hoy. Now, the PJs is at 7. Jim B outbid Robert. And I messed up on the bundle price. Those were already 5, 5, and 5. Now, they're supposed to be 9. Oh, no. Oh, I'm stretching. Oh, my gosh. Oh, okay, sorry. We have PJs at 7, Purple Fuzzy on Odgins. Have you bought from us before, Purple Fuzzy D? If not, let me know, because you have came in fast and fiercely. You bought this and the bundle. And we have TO review on Lee for 5. Now, what was Lee? Lee for 5. I was talking about how I never have pain with my knees, and now I have went into a stratosphere of something here. Right, oh, Mickey Lee Lane, maybe? This already had a bid for 5. And Purple Fuzzy. Okay, what I need you to do then, let me verify your account right quick. Please go ahead and fill out the first-time buyer form. The first-time buyer form is over on, is in the description of the video. Since it's late and you did a couple fast and furious claims there, if you don't mind to go ahead and fill that out so I can see some real information. And then let me just verify you've got a long-standing account here. And welcome. But please go ahead and do that. Let me check out your information here. And okay, looks like you're good to go. Just make sure you don't have a new account. And just please fill that out. When you're done, let me know. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and sell this to you for $20. And then you got the bundle. They were actually $9. I'm going to sell those to you for $9. Paul was second. And then who bid 5 on Mickey Lee Lane? I feel like it was Paul Brothers. Yeah, Paul, you just got outbid on this. And then the PJs is at what? Robert has it for 7. Jim B, you're out. Okay? And let's run through the half-off bin again. The Marillion's only $13.50. The Marillion's only $13.50. VG Plus, $13.50. Now, anybody new out there watching, $7 in limited shipping. That begins as soon as you make your first purchase. When you make your first purchase, that is the beginning of your shipping. We had somebody new last week try to combine. They bought like a couple things last week, and they got on already this week and said, hey, can I buy this week? And since I didn't buy much last week, I could just have them combined. And unfortunately, the answer is no. The shipping is for one item or for 1,000 items, and we don't combine. So make sure when the invoice comes on Monday, you're ready to pay. $7 in limited shipping, as much as you want to buy. But also keep in mind, if you only buy one thing, it's $7. And if you buy one thing again, it's $7. Okay? Marillion is $13.50 for whoever asked. VG Plus. Let's run through these one more time. Bread Guitar Man, VG Plus $5. Black Oak, Arkansas Street Party, VG Plus $7.50. Also, Uriah Heep Live EX, now just $14. Mr. Gamecock got the Beach Boys for $30. Does anybody want to make an offer on Donovan or Bo Diddley? That's our only 2 auctions that have not sold tonight. This is at 7. That means TO review, you're out. And I'm going to go ahead and sell the PJs to Robert for 7. Next is the Babies Head First, VG Plus $7.50. The Who Odds and Sods. This is the original die cut cover. See all those looks like tears. That's the way it's made, and it's actually die cut. That's the original. VG Plus, $9. Arthur Conley Soul Directions. Can't believe no one got Arthur Conley. A soul album in shrink wrap in EX edition. Now just $14. That's pretty wild. Country Joe and the Fish Greatest Hits. VG Plus, $6.50. We got Blood Rock Passage, VG Plus $7.50. T.O. has bid $8 on Mickey Lee Lane. Gentle Giant in the half-off bin, now just $5. It is VG condition, though. Also, we have the Temptations 1990. That's EX $9. Don't call us, we'll call you. Sugarloaf, VG $5. Rich Mountain Tower, that's VG Plus $7.50. Also, Prefab Spout, that's $10. Two Wheels Good. Porter Wagner, VG $5. Buddy Miles, $10. Also, No Redding Band, sealed for $12.50. And 9 Below Zero was VG 5. This is sold to T.O. for $8. Let's grab a couple more 45s. And the next 45s I have to put up for auction is these right here. I have Ricky Nelson, Bebop Baby, and Stood Up. It's on the Maybelline label, $5 start. And the Brady Pose? The Brada Pose. The Brada Pose 4. Numbered with insert. Marillion is still available. Yeah. Marillion is VG Plus $13.50 script for a Jester's Tear. Yep. Also, we have The Promise of a Future, Hugh Muscella, 68 US. That is $10. Hugh Muscella. We have Benjamin Booker, $10. Big Walter Horton, great blues there for VG Plus, just $9. Lightning Slim, EX, $9. Thunderclap Newman, VG $6.50. Lonnie Liston Smith, VG Plus $12.50. And the Yellow Jackets was an 81 promo single, now $5. Bebop has a bid for $5, and B4 has a bid for $5. Both have bids for $5, going once, going twice. What should we do to finish off the show? We're about to find out. Everybody still with me? Give me 1 second. I got to check on something over here. Let me verify a couple things before I go any further. Oh, my goodness. Okay. Half off MoFi. We've already sold all the MoFi stuff. We did all that 30% off, and it all sold. We did all the MoFi 30% off. I sold everything. This has a new bid for $6. Regina Tabor wants the Who. This is sold to Regina Tabor right back here. That's sold to Regina for $9. And then Scott Sneed wants the Yellow Jackets. I was wondering what's up with the Nico Heroin LP pre-order. Is it still coming in? I will make a note tonight to find out. I'm writing your name down right now. I felt like I ordered that for you. All right. Okay. But Holden, I am going to go ahead and sell you this for $5, and he's out. So let's sell this to Robert then for $7. Okay, there we go. A bundle deal. I mean, if I would have showed these at a different time, I feel like most of this stuff would have sold, or a lot more would have sold. But because it's late, and because I'm here cleaning bins out, here's how many records are left. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Prefab spout is $10. And then what was between bread and Black Oak, Arkansas? Nothing. I've lost count. I was about to do a bundle deal. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22. Mike Owen said sold on prefab spout. 22 records. Amazing titles in there. Mostly great condition. I'll sell everything in there for $125. That's a little over $5 a piece. Everything that's left, $125. Very good selection of vinyl. Lots of different genres. Soul, classic rock, jazz is in there, the blues. I mean, a wide variety of stuff. So, $125 for the bundle, if anybody wants it. Let's put up some new singles. Next single is going to go up right now. What the heck's going on here? What a weird package. I think this goes like this. What is inside of this? I'm very curious, though. Is there a way you can open it? No. This is Holly Golightly, but it literally has a envelope glued to a cardboard pad. There's something in here. Could be $100 bills. There's something in there, though. What is in here? I don't know, but I want to find out. I'm going to have to Discogs it. It's got some weird scuffing right there. But it's up for bid. The remaining Motor Psycho record. Let me see if I can find it. Nobody on that bundle. Are you kidding me? All right, let me go find Motor Psycho for him right quick. The remaining Motor Psycho record that was left was right here. It's called Ancient Astronauts. Ancient Astronauts. The name of the song is Sand. Interesting. Boy, y'all find this stuff fast. Y'all be excellent at listing stuff on Discogs for me. Plus, you're probably in front of a monitor, and I'm trying to type on my phone. So is it supposed to come with that envelope? Comes in a very fancy packaging. It looks like a cardboard box with a stamped envelope on the front. Wow. But what's inside of the envelope, though? So it's supposed to come with some... Let me see if those strings are over here in this box. Maybe that's it. I bet that's what's in the envelope. Sorry, I just killed a lot of people's curiosity. Let me see if those strings are over here. I might have saw that and disregarded them. No, no strings in here. All right, here's the next auction. Our next auction is David Peel and Death with Wayne Kramer. The Pope Smokes Dope. The Pope Smokes Dope. David Peel and Death on Hate Records. $5 start. All right, so what happened? We had Greg Beddinger. Did you want Marillion? Greg Beddinger, did you want Marillion? If so, let me know. And then I answered Chris's question. Holly has bids for 568. I'm interested in Prison Blues songs. Was that Porter Wagner? Prison Blues songs. Is that something in this crate? And then Moto, Chris offered 15 for this. Sell that to Chris Riddlings for 15. And Greg, the Marillion is $13.50. Half off, no more, no less. I can't do it. It's an ancient rule, a tradition unlike any other. No more, no less. All right, let me find another good crate to go through. Oh, I know what I was going to do very quickly. Let me show y'all very quickly some of the newest new stuff that came in tonight. Some of the new stuff that came in tonight, very quickly. We have Kiss Cycle Circus, new and sealed, $33.99. Battery, $36.99 for Battery. Also Battery under the sign of the Black Mark. I almost said mask, and I corrected myself mid-stride. Battery is self-titled. We have New Order for $38.99. Nirvana live in Rome, 1991, $29.99. Uncle Tupelo Anodyne is $33.99, clear vinyl. Ace Frehley, Frehley's Comic, that's on hand-poured colored vinyl, $44.99. Pixies is $29.99. Ace Frehley Black Vinyl, self-titled solo album, $33. We got two. Clutch. Psychic Warfare Clutch is $29.99. We've got a couple of those. Another Battery, Bloodfire Death, $36.99. Kings of Leon is $44.99 only by the night. Thin Lizzy live. The Boys Are Back in Chicago, 1976, $29.99. AC/DC High Voltage, $33.99. Queens of the Stone Age, self-titled, $39.99. Depeche Mode, Paradiso Amsterdam, $29.99. The Number of the Beast, $33.99. And Nirvana Unplugged, $39.99. We have the Tedeschi Trucks Band set, I Am the Moon, Volume 1 Crescent, Volume 2 Ascension, Volume 3 The Fall, and Volume 4 Farewell, all $29.99 each. And Elton John's Madman Across the Water. Holly Golightly's at 11 with William Drugovich. Final Call, and David Peel is at 8 with William Drugovich. He has high bids on both. Chad, you know if the Elephant's Memory LP from last week sold? I think it's a Ben best offer. Oh my gosh. I don't know. We had another Elephant's Memory tonight, though. We had a new Elephant's Memory tonight, but I don't know about the one from last week. I have a pretty good memory, but that would be digging deep. I don't know for sure. And plus, sometimes I've been doing these bundle deals, and I feel like my brain wants to tell me something's left over, but then I remember we sell it in a bundle deal. So Greg Beddinger said he will take Marillion for $13.50. And then Tracy said, is Rich Mountain Tower still available? Rich Mountain Tower. Is that from the last bin that was on the table? It is. I'll go ahead and pull it right now. This is sold to Tracy for $7.50. And Oso wants a Kings of Leon. And that is right here. That has their hit song Closer on it, Sex on Fire, and of course, Use Somebody. You know I could use somebody. Somebody like you. I like the song Closer. Sex on Fire is great. David Peel 10, and then Holly Golightly is sold. William Dragovich gets this for 11. Oh, Oso hadn't finished his comment. Is it colored in price? It's black vinyl, $44.99. Black vinyl, $44.99. All right, let me put up another single. I have a good memory, but not an elephant's memory. That's probably a good way to put it. I do have a pretty good memory. I saw somebody buying last night that we blocked 3 years ago, or that I thought I blocked 3 years ago, and they started buying again. And I was like, wait a minute, I know that name. Deepest Blue, Raging, 1966 Garage from California. $5. Oso wants, he does want the Kings of Leon. Okay, great. Great new stuff there. So, in the bundle, I had it at $125. We just sold a couple records. I'll do everything left now for $100. So we sold Marillion, and we sold that record that Tracy just got. So now, that was, the bundle was at $125. Those just sold for approximately $20, $21, but I'll go ahead and knock it down to $100 if anybody wants the rest of that crate. So now you're getting right up, you're probably getting them right at $5 for sure now, yeah. Because there was 22, now there should be 20 records right at $100 if anybody wants that bundle deal. 20 records left in that previous crate for $100. If you want to see them one more time, I'll show them. The Bo Diddley, we only have 2 unsold LP auctions tonight. We got to sell them before the night's over. Bo Diddley's a 1988 U.S. press of Gunslinger. EX, $25 or best offer. I had an offer earlier for 10. I can't do 10, but it is at 25. And then Donovan's the only Japanese pressing, 7 T's. Kind of bizarre in his, kind of an off record in his discography, but it's available for best offer. I got one more crate like this to run through very quickly, okay? Thanks, everybody, for that being. We still got Elton John, Tedeschi, Nirvana, Iron Maiden, Depeche, Queens, AC/DC, Thin Lizzy, Kings of Leon, Bathory, Clutch, Kiss, Pixies, Ace, Uncle Tupelo, Nirvana, New Order, Bathory. Bo Diddley sold. Man, surely we can get Nirvana sold. This is sold to Chad Sauls for $20. And now we have Deepest Blue at 6 and 6. What about David Peel here? William Dragovich went out. This is sold to Tio for $11. Thank you. Nirvana's a full-length concert. Yeah, it's a good one. Rome, I think that's a good recording too. Rome is a very bootlegged concert, meaning it's great sound quality and usually a lengthy track list. Yeah, Aneurysm School, Floyd the Barber, Smells Like Teen Spirit, About a Girl, Polly, Lithium, Sliver, Come As You Are. Wow, that part right there at the show, awesome. Breed, Been a Son, Negative, Creep on a Plane, Blue, Rape Me, Spank Me, and Territorial Pissings. Nirvana, $29.99. Okay, next thing we have in here is Minor Threat, $24.99. Iron Maiden Live, Maiden Voyage, Lagoon Colored Vinyl, numbered. That's in Nijmegen, Holland, 1981, $38.99. Foo Fighters Self-Titled, $29.99. Metallica, $33. Master of Puppets. Killers, $33. Steely Dan, $36. Iron Maiden Live in New York. That's another boot, $82 live. Yellow vinyl, $29.99. Leslie said she'll take Nirvana. Anybody else? There's 2 left, $29.99. Rome As You Are. Now we have Deepest Blue, 6, 6, 7, 8 with Clay Moore. Jim B's out. Time for another New Orleans single. And the next New Orleans single is right here. And this is the who? The Swingin' Fez Men. Wow. Art Scholar presents the Swingin' Fez Men, $5. Donovan, sold for $15 to Adam Bernardi. See how easy that was? Sold to Adam Bernardi for 15. Next is Skid Row on clear or on silver vinyl. Skid Row $38.99. Pantera Cowboys from Hell 33. Metallica 33. Kiss Revenge. OG's Tough to Get $36.99. Pantera the 2 LP Vulgar $49. Vinyl Me Please exclusive Nina Simone. I figured we'd sell out of these. All analog cut from Ryan Smith, pressed at Sterling, brown marble, numbered on the back. This is number 1001, $34.99. Godsmack, Lighting Up the Sky, 33. We have Wasp, a 40th anniversary on red vinyl, 38. Garbage, version 2.0, blue vinyl, 59. Rat, Detonator, red vinyl, 33. Social Distortion, Mama's Little Monster, 34. Bootsy Collins, new album, number 1 Funketeer. That is $36.99 on yellow vinyl. LL Cool J's Greatest Hits is $39. And the new Mars Volta that comes out Friday, it's called Lucero Sucio or something like that, $46.99. Adam, all these in here are sticker price. No, these are, the Vinyl Me Please is technically on sale because if you buy these through the Vinyl Me Please Club, they're $45. That's why we've sold 1,000 Thin Lizzies, because I've got these on discount from a distributor, $34.99. Yeah, I got to keep this at $34.99. Unless that one's cheaper on Vinyl Me Please. I think all their stuff starts at $45. I could be wrong, but I think it all starts at $45, or at least a membership. I don't know how that works. DB out, Deepest Blue. This is sold to Clay for $10. Swingin' Fez, just one bid with Robert. We're about to sell that for $5. Let's go ahead and grab another one. We have made a big chunk. I don't know if y'all saw the bin we started with, but man, we had a heck of a box tonight of New Orleans stuff. We've had some killer ones tonight, and we're still selling them. We have the Sons of Hercules, and it looks like it's autographed. The Son of Hercules, $5 start. Thanks, Paul. $5 start, the Son of Hercules. All right, let's try to go through one more discount bin. Sorry if anybody's already got off because you missed an opportunity. Let's do something, either, depending on what kind of crate I have. Great stuff there. I'm going to post this in the group. A whole lot of records in the morning. How many stacks of 45s did we have tonight? We didn't do too many buy it nows though. Most of these 45s over here are auctions. This is our second stack of 45s, but we didn't do many buy it nows just at the beginning. We did mostly auctions tonight. So 2 full stacks auctions. I think I can do another half off vintage bin here. Let me take a look at it. Yeah, let's do these half off. Let's do these half off. And I'm going to condense this with the other crate and probably show those again tomorrow half off. So, Sons 5, Sun 6, Sun 7, Sun 7. Fez, still that one bid with Robert, sold for $5. And let me grab one more here. I got a heck of a stack I'm building. I need to go ahead and probably swap out, but I'm going to go ahead and grab this next single here. Roy Looney and the Long Shots in the Record Party. Yellow vinyl, $5 on that. Yeah, let me go ahead and swap out stacks. This is a heck of a stack here. I don't want them all to tumble. Mm-hmm. All right, half off vintage. If we can sell this one out, maybe somebody be interested in a bundle after this one. We'll fill up this last crate I wanted to do before we call tonight. Here we go. Neil Diamond's Greatest Hits. Sweet Caroline. Bop, bop, bop. $6.50. Neil Diamond, $6.50. This is a half off bin. No more, no less. The Dave Clark 5, Historia del Rock, which is a compilation. I'm glad all over. $6.50. I was trying to do that drum bass that they hit, but I flubbed it. The Bee Gees, Horizontal, earlier Bee Gees album here. Really early Bee Gees, actually, on the Atco label. Nice, $10. David Vilma on DC for Dave Clark. That's so to David Vilma. You've bought from us before, right? The Boomtown Rats, a tonic for the troops. Boomtown is $10, a Rich Runner sleeve. So Roy's at 7-8, Sons is at 11. Roy's at 8 with Robert, Sons at 11 with William. Daniel Boone. This is $10. Daniel Boone, beautiful, beautiful, beautiful Sunday. England Dan and John Ford Coley. That's 5. David Vilma's David V. Aha. I knew. I was like, man, where's David V at on those Dave Clark 5s? That's David Vilma. Thank you. Appreciate that. Susie was 2nd, Roy 8, and then Thomas on BR. BR, that's Boomtown Rats. Chuck Haley wants Neil Diamond. That's so to Chuck Haley. We also got the Elvis Brothers, Adventure Time. The Elvis Brothers is $7.50. Peter Frampton, I'm in you. Peter's only $5. The Best of the Tavars, $6.50. And the Box Top Super Hits. When I think about the good times she gave me, I cry like a baby. The Box Tops, $10. Living without her is driving me crazy. I cry like a baby. Jay Giles, Monkey Island, $10. Jay Giles, Monkey Island. That's got some great blues rock there. Ray Looney's at 9. Sons is at 12. These are still getting bids. Susie is going to cry like a baby. That is so to Susie. The Box Tops. Tony Childs, Union. Tony Childs is $7.50. That's in shrink with the hop sticker. Crazy Cole, It's a Rockin' Thing in shrink wrap. Columbia 2i, $10. And we have Firefall for $5. Firefall is $5. When are you going through them new sealed records in the back? I can go through them at any time. But if you're looking for something, I can probably find it pretty easily. Roy 9 and Sons is at 13. What is the Elvis Brothers? It has nothing to do with Elvis Presley, other than they're called the Elvis Brothers. This is $7.50. Regina heard Elvis, and she's like, hold the phone. What is that? That's not actually Elvis's brothers. $7.50. Did he even have siblings? A brother? Did he have a brother, maybe? I'm not for sure. I'm sure one of y'all know. The Fifth Dimension, Up and Away. The Fifth Dimension is $7.50. That is $7.50. Up and Away. Wow. Aretha, Sweet Passion. That is now $10. That's one I don't see as often. And we have the Thugs, Golden Filth. Whoa. Now just $18.50. Nice, too. The Thugs. Roy Looney's at $10 with William Dragovich. Final Call. The Sons of Hercules. $13, William Dragovich. He has both auctions of Final Call. Elvis had a twin that died at birth. That's what I thought. I didn't know about the twin. I didn't know about that, but I didn't think he had any other siblings. I've never heard of such, if so. I didn't know about the twin, though, till right now. Or if I did, it's left my brain power. I can only hold so much. The Fugs is sold to Purple Fuzzy. And we have Sons at 15. Sons at 15. And Full Force is $7.50. And Olivia Newton-John, $5. Olivia Newton-John, $5. Wow. Was it a brother or sister? Boy, imagine if Elvis would have had a twin brother that looked like him and could sing like him. That would have been something, wouldn't it? That would have been like the most, because, I mean, he's like a once-in-a-lifetime type deal. You know, the voice, the looks. Wouldn't that have been something? That would have been wild. The Jay Giles Band, Freeze Frame, $10. Jay Giles is $10. Freeze Frame, Jay Giles Love Stinks, $10. And we have the Blue Bell Sisters. That's a gold stamp promo, $10. And Dance and Sing, Mother Goose with a Beatle Beat, $12.50. $12.50. Sons of Chaplains at 15. Ray Looney is sold to William Dragovich for 10. Well, y'all got some good trivia. Jesse Garin. Wow. Wow, y'all got some good knowledge here, brother. Regina did it. I guarantee she's not Googling this stuff either. Jesse Garin and Grog or Holden knew it too. Jesse Garin Presley. I'm finding out new stuff tonight. Yeah, wouldn't that have been wild if that would have, that tragic accident hadn't happened? What would that guy, could you imagine? Another Elvis Presley. Wow. Or somebody with like 75% of his looks. Okay, here's the next auction. Here is Geno Washington and the Atlantics. Come Monkey, $5 start on that. Next is Climax Blues Band, $7.50. We also have Grand Funk Hits, $12.50. Some Kind of Wonderful, $12.50. And the Best of Jay Giles Band in Shrink Wrap, $10. The Best of Jay Giles Band and Grand Funk Railroad, Grand Funk Lives, $10. The Grassroots Feelings, $10. Some great music here. There's Creed Bratton, $10. And we have the Love a Spoonful, $7.50. What about the Hercules? Chris is getting it for $15. The Geno Washington Atlantics is a final call for $5. Final call for $5. Let's go ahead and grab another one here. Well, this is from the New Orleans batch. I'll go ahead and make it a quick bite now. It's a classic. It's a classic original single. I'll go ahead and make it a quick bite now for $5. It is Wipeout by the Safaris. It's about VG Plus. It needs a cleaning. It was loose in a New Orleans box. It will play. It'll sound very nostalgic. $5 on the Safaris. Here's Rock and Roll Guitar by Rattle Shakin' Daddy. That's going to go up for a $5 start. Susie got Grassroots, holding on Gina. And Leslie got the Best of Jay Giles. And Gino has a bid for $5. We have Derringer, as in Rick Derringer, Gold Stamp promo for $10. Euro Gliders is $7.50. Bobby Gentry, Tobacco Road. Bobby Gentry is $15. The Commodores, Midnight Magic, $7.50. In Shrink Wrap and Kmart price tag. Last few records in here is Genesis Abacab. Genesis in $10. I think Holden, are you bidding on Geno? Safaris, Wipeout, $5. And Tom Cochran and Red Rider is $10. Jay Giles Love Stinks is $10. Is that the second copy of that in here? It's the second copy, and John didn't sticker either one of them. Isn't that weird? He must have a glitch in his system not to put prices on those. Commander Cody, we've got a live one here, $15. And the Gentrys with Jimmy Hart, the wrestler, $10. There's so much good stuff. I'm going to have to go through this one another time. The Beatle Beat is Mother Goose. I don't know what's going on here. Dance and Sing Mother Goose with a Beatle Beat. Boy, look at some of these. I love some of these other records. The Jetsons, the Hercules, Casper, that's a tough one to get. Woody Woodpecker, Man on the Moon. Don't ever see that one. See that right there? That's tough to get. Magilla Gorilla. Some of those are... The Jetsons record, though, very difficult to come by. I don't know what's going on here, though. I'm trying to figure out... So, featuring Whack and Blink and Nod, Mashed Potato, Jack and Jill, Bo Diddley. What the heck's going on here? I don't think this all... Once again, this has nothing to do with the Beatles. $12.50, Tracy. This has nothing to do with the Beatles, except there's some like Humpty Dumpty There's like a Humpty Dumpty Paul McCartney and like a banana-looking John Lennon and a very bad something Ringo. But none of this music has anything to do with the Beatles. I have no idea. It's just, they put them on there to try to sell the record. Unless these songs have some kind of, I don't know. Once again, a record from right at 1964, 65, yep, 64, trying to capitalize on Beatlemania, because this has nothing to do with the Beatles. Nothing. There's not one Beatles song. Nothing that they wrote. Nothing. It's just a complete sham. Has nothing to do with the Beatles whatsoever. None of their music, they don't appear. It's just a complete sham record. Holden gets this for $5. This Rattle Shakin' Daddy's $5. And Melissa Bailey wants Genesis. Melissa gets Genesis for $10, and Bill Keenum gets the Commodores for $7.50. If you archived if you got on Discogs and probably put Beatle or Liverpool, I did this the other day with James Bond stuff. I wasted like 2 hours. I was trying to find rare James Bond stuff that I've never seen before, and kids records, like stuff like this, stuff that I collect. I love finding it in collections, but some of this is so tough to come by. I did find a lot of stuff that I didn't know exist. I found all kinds of TV records I never did know that existed. Commander Cody, not Commodores, okay? Commander Cody. This is sold to Bill Keenum. Got it. But if you search on Discogs, probably Liverpool or Beatle, I bet there's hundreds that, just use their likeliness. That kind of looks like Paul McCartney, I guess. But it has nothing to do with them. Like, it don't even use their songs. They just, a kid would have seen this in a store and wanted it, thinking it had something to do with the Beatles, and then got it home and been very disappointed. So, we call those Beatlemania falsehoods, fallacies. And he said he'll take the Commodore's tour. Nothing wrong with Midnight Magic. Does anybody have any last request? Does anybody have any last request? Can I see Sons of Champlin? If there's such a thing in here, I'll show it to you. There's nothing in here with that title. I've got Gentry's, Jay Giles, Tom Cochran, Bobby Gentry, Eurogliders, Derringer, Love and Spoonful, Grand Funk, Climax, The Bluebells, Jay Giles, Olivia Newton-John, Full Force. We have Aretha, Fifth Dimension, Elvis, Firefall, Cozy Code, Tony Childs, Jay Giles, Tavares, Frampton, England Dan, Daniel Boone, and Bee Gees. Now, Regina asked me earlier, when can I go through all the new vinyl on the table? I can do that at any time, but if you're looking for something, I probably know where it is. Or maybe something you had seen. If not, it'd take me to read through all these, through all these accurately, it would take me a half hour. So we'll save that for another night unless somebody's looking for something. If not, y'all have been incredible. I'm going to condense these with the other half-off stuff. We'll probably show them again tomorrow, like when the show starts, and we'll probably sell the rest of them off. I've got about 9 more crates of great vintage over here for future buy it now best offer and half off. We've sold pretty much every 45 tonight. Does anybody want those last 2 for $5? I'll give you Rattle Shakin' Daddy and the Safaris for $5. And I'll put that in a new sleeve for you. I'll throw away the dingy ones. And that means that everything's sold. I'm going to put the Beetle Beat back in here. David says he'll take those last two. Sell those to him for $5. Holden was second. Let's put this in get John to get us a generic sleeve for that. Or a dot sleeve. I don't see too many dot sleeves, though. Maybe he can find us a nice generic. Also, I just cracked open this box of new sealed singles over here. And I found Iron Maidens for tomorrow. I got Iron Maidens to auction for tomorrow. Metal Knight. That should be interesting. So, I'm about to go eat what's left of pimento cheese and one of the warped ones, probably. I got them right here on my shelf. We'll bundle them together. The Rain Parade, I think, is pretty good. That's an empty sleeve. And Prince had something. Prince is weird. Prince has one of those marks on it. It looks like something got pressed inside of the vinyl. Like a flake, like at the pressing plant. Right when they were stamping it, like a fragment of paper fell into the grooves. Sometimes that happens and it will play. But yeah, what we'll do is I'll sell all this together in a lot tomorrow. Plus, I think there's more over there I've skipped over. I can pick these up and tell that they're bowed. And they're not going anywhere. I'm going to auction tomorrow. Teresa had actually asked first. She wanted me to sell them all to her. And I said, let's get a few more together and we'll sell them all. All right, I'm going to go try to eat some more pimento cheese and snacks and shoot this video for the group and head to the gym and then head home to order vinyl. I've got a ton of stuff to order, so it'll be here by Friday. As always, y'all have been incredible. Thank you. Good night. We've been here almost 8 hours. Sorry for all the technical difficulties. This is part 3. I had GoPro camera issues when the show started. I had connection issues tonight, restream problems. Pretty amazing we've sold what we have with all that. Y'all are amazing. I'll see y'all tomorrow, 5 o'clock. As soon as I start, New Orleans. Also, Oso. I don't know if you're watching, Oso. I forgot. You asked about a hype. I didn't ignore you. Here's some of the hype pictures I'll be posting tomorrow. Ingve, Metallica, Kiss, Iron Maiden, Metallica, Magnum, Whitesnake, Metallica, Clash, Sabbath, AC/DC, Sabbath, Sabbath, AC/DC, Sabbath, Sabbath, AC/DC, Sabbath, Van Halen, Elf, Van Halen, Nirvana, Van Halen, Nirvana, Van Halen, Elf, Nirvana, Judas Priest, Don't Burn the Witch, Judas Priest, Judas Priest, David Lee Roth, Judas Priest, Judas Priest, Twisted Sister, Judas Priest. I don't know if Oso Adventure's even watching. He asked for that. I feel like I ignored him, but I didn't mean to. Something happened, and then I never did show him those pictures. So maybe he's still watching, and maybe he's seen that. Okay, pimento. Well, there's not much. I think I've got 2 slices of bread left up front, enough to make 2 half sandwiches, and then I'm out of bread. I've ate a whole loaf of bread this week, a whole loaf with sandwiches. That's how many I eat, and I'm supposed to be watching my diet, and I've ate a whole loaf of bread and a quart of pimento cheese. But it's Wednesday. Oh no, that's only 2 days. Well, Sunday, Monday, Tuesday. It's been 3 days. This is the fourth night I've ate pimento cheese. It's good though. Straight from the masters. All right. Good night. See y'all tomorrow at 5. Thank you and see you then.